What is up, everybody? Welcome back to N&J. Nick here, again on the Street Fighter. As you can hear, I got the exhaust swapped out, which I haven't decided if I'm going to put this in the same video as the install, but if I do, then you've either already seen that part or this is right before that. But figured I'd do a little moto vlog after the exhaust was installed and kind of let you know my thoughts on it and everything, and a couple things that I've seen people ask questions on in different videos that I watched before I got it, and questions that I also had before I installed it that I couldn't quite get answered. So yeah, that's kind of my goal today. It's just kind of out for a little ride. It's middle of October now, kind of cold today, but I said screw it, might as well go make this video. So I did get the Hot Bodies Racing MGP Stinger exhaust, which lucky for me was actually I think the cheapest one they make for this bike. I watched a compilation of exhaust clips for this thing, and this one popped up in that video, and I was like, damn, I like how that looks and I like how that sounds. So I looked it up and I was like, wow, I think it's the cheapest one too. So it worked out good for me. But I did have questions before ordering this exhaust that I didn't quite get answered. My big one was obviously the whole tune thing. So if you're looking into exhaust for this bike, you know that a tune is necessary for an exhaust. I'm sure if you're looking into it, you've already read about the servo motor thing, and the tune, turning that off, the check engine light. You've probably seen some Servo Buddy things, whether or not those work. So I'm gonna try to answer your questions on all of that. I installed this exhaust on Wednesday last week. It's now Sunday, so I haven't had it very long. I've put, I don't know, about 30 miles on it since I got it on. I do not have a tune yet. I will be getting a tune because it is after riding it, you can tell that it's necessary to have a tune, but I'm just going to wait until winter time when you know, the season's almost over anyway, so I might as well just wait and not spend the money right now. But I will be getting a tune. But as you can see, my check engine light is not on. So when I first started the bike up with the exhaust, no Servo Buddy, ran it, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, no check engine light. I'm like, oh wow, okay, surprisingly. And then the last time I turned it on and off, check engine light came on. I'm like, okay, as expected. But I did order a Servo Buddy. Now, Moto Million is, you've probably heard of if you're into these kind of bikes. I emailed them before I got everything, and I'm like, hey, I know it needs a tune, but does the Servo Buddy work as far as check engine light goes until that point comes? And they're like, well, they did a software update, you're better off getting the tune. I'm like, okay. Plus they were out of stock of the one they carry. But I was just browsing one day and I found another company that has it. I'll try and link it in the description. Surprisingly, it works. I plugged it in, turned it on, turned it off, turned it on, turned it off. It was still on. I rode it all the way home from my parents' house, about 20-minute ride. Still on. Got home, turned the bike off, let it sit for a minute, turned the key on, it was still on. I'm like, alright, maybe it's not going to work. I know the 2022 is 0.5, so it's different connections and stuff like that, but I figured I'd try it anyways. And then I came out today to make this video and it was off. So the Servo Buddy that I have does work on the 2022 models even. So if you're going to put the exhaust on before getting a tune and you want to just get the check engine light shut off, that is one way to do it. Plus the Servo Buddy is so light that I'll probably leave it plugged in once I get the tune, just so the connector in there doesn't get all filled with shit. That way, if I ever decide to put it back to stock, I can plug the servo motor back in and it's not gonna be all filled with crap inside that plug. So I'll just leave it on. The main reason I wanted to do that before I got the tune was just to get the check engine light shut off, so if something else comes up, the check engine light will come on correctly and it's not already on, and I never know if something happens. I mean, it's unlikely, but it's just yeah, peace of mind. So the Servo Buddy does work. Like I said, I'll try and link that in the description, but the check engine light is off, as you can see. Once I get the tune, I'm going to do the up map, the T800. Once I get that, I'll make a video on putting that on the bike and all that, and how it feels compared to without the tune. So far I've noticed some dead spots. So the mid-range on this thing is real, like, lacking in power, I guess you could say, right now, since it's tuned for that exhaust, the stock exhaust, which is very restrictive. So once I get the tune, that should straighten itself out, and then I'm also curious to see what kind of power it gives me through all the gears once I can race my brother and everybody else in the group again. I've heard that the bike is limited on horsepower through the first 4 gears, so I'm curious to see if that's actually true or not. So yeah, I mean, so far the exhaust is great. I think it sounds awesome. It's cheap, luckily for me, the one that I got. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Like I said, easy install. I guess I haven't said that yet, but it is an actually very easy install, luckily, which was nice. Took me about, I don't know, maybe an hour. But holy shit, I think that's my neighbor. Yeah, I think it took me an hour to install it. So, I mean, it was pretty easy. Lots of weight reduction. Taking the stock pipe off, I think it was like 11 pounds or something that I saved. So yeah, I mean, I highly recommend getting the exhaust, this one or any of them. Oh, the other big thing, especially with this exhaust in specific, ordering it. Hotbodies.com is kind of an odd website, and it's like, I don't know if I trust it. I actually ended up ordering mine on eBay. It was on sale both ways actually, but I think mine came from Parts Giant, which they carry this exhaust. So I know that if you order it on eBay, 1, it's usually a little cheaper, and 2, if it's through the Parts Giant, at least I know that you're gonna get it. I think I got it in 5 days, including a weekend. So it showed up quick. I did email the Hot Bodies website themselves, and they did email me back and said, hey, we got it in stock, let me know when you order it. Send me your order number, we'll push it through. So that was cool. I just was a little iffy. I've heard some things about different stuff, so you know, I just like to make sure I know with eBay at least that they're a trusted site, and if the seller fucks me over, I can still get my money back. Was my big thing. So that is why I went through them. Also, the Servo Buddy website is a little iffy, and if you're looking at reviews and shit, you're gonna be like, I don't know. But I winged it, and it ended up shipping right away. So don't be nervous about them either. At least for me, I got my shit right away. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, overall I'm happy with the exhaust. The cold starts are a little iffy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Without the tune. So I think on my very first startup, I'm like, holy shit, something's wrong with the bike. But after I kind of left and thought about it, I realized that it was actually so it just kept shooting flames out of the one side, like pop, 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 pop. But I figured out it was just trying to heat up the converter. Since it's still in the stock tune, the converter's got to be warm to work. So that's what it's trying to do. But since they're gone, it's just dumping fuel and igniting it, and it's just blowing flames out. So once the cold start cycle is done, and as soon as you get one bar on the thing, at least it starts to smooth out and kind of sound like it should. It's definitely not perfect still, but it's definitely better once it warms up. So don't be alarmed if you do that and it's like, holy shit, what is going on with this thing? Perfectly normal. It's just trying to heat up the converters that are no longer there. So once you get the tune, that'll go away. But yeah, I think that's really just about all I got. Yeah, so thanks for watching the install and the little review, question answering type deal here. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to throw it in the comments. I'll try and answer to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, share the video, like, subscribe. We kind of been slow again just because we've been crazy busy with different schedules, and Josh tried to film one and his motovlog setup, excuse me, his motovlog setup kind of screwed up. So and of course it's cold out now, so but yeah, just subscribe and we'll keep pumping out what we can. But till then, thanks for watching. Peace.